Can you just give us, my audience, a little bit of introduction to yourself, my
Sure.
friend?
Okay. Yeah, my Olympic friend. Well, I guess most people know me as a world and Olympic gold medal figure skating champion from 2002. Salt Lake City Olympics was Olympics, and then Worlds was in 2001, where we won. And yeah, so that would be how most people know me. And I'm a mother of two beautiful children. I was a transformational neuroscience coach before my awakening last year. And I've just really spent this last year working on healing and basically diving into my own personal traumas, and was the best gift that I gave myself. And but I do miss working with people. I really enjoy helping people, and I have since I was a young child. Actually, I've always wanted to help in some way or capacity to make people become the best version of themselves. And so I do miss that, but I also really value healing and going through this process. It's been a roller coaster, very painful, but some great highs as well.
Because you've been through so much over the last few years, but really over your lifetime, about how important it is to do the inner work. So when did you start really realizing this? Because as you say, you were a transformational life coach as well. I might have got that description wrong, but
That's okay.
You've been doing it in stages, haven't you? But really over the last year and a half, 2 years, you've really notched it up a ramp.
Yeah. The last year, there was something in me that really kind of pushed me to go into, because I was in so much pain, Catherine, with all the, I don't want to use the word abandonment, but just kind of getting dumped, and people didn't want to be in my life because I chose not to get the shot, and I was a risk to be around. My family was thinking I was down a dark path. They thought they were making all kinds of assumptions about me, that I was giving all my money away and I was down a dangerous path with dangerous people. And like, I just had so much going on behind me that was incredibly hurtful. It felt like I was getting, like you said, gut punched constantly. So I was very much, but I think this started when I was little, because when I would go through things, and we talked about your daughter being like this, and there's this innateness that it's like an inner knowingness, right? Like I said, you turn your internet off and you use your internet. And I listen to it. I don't always listen to my gut feelings. And I've kind of gotten, as we've learned lessons not listening, but there are certain things that I do listen to. And it's when I'm hurting, I go look for help.
Yeah.
And it's not, I know that we shouldn't ever stop having that support or looking for tools to become a better version of ourselves. It doesn't really end. For me anyway, I feel like you can always work on yourself, but especially when I'm going through a very difficult time, whether it was a divorce or my parents, as a child, my parents' divorce, or it was skating difficulties. Like I was struggling. I remember there was 3 years between my first partner and my last partner. Well, I only had 2 partners, but between the 2 of them, it was incredibly painful because everyone gave up on me in that time and told me to quit. I was washed up and I was done. But I always search for help. And for me, it's been a journey. It's not just one person. It's not just a psychologist. It's not just an osteopath. It's always been a bit of a nice mixture of different therapists. And this whole last year has been really different because I went more spiritual. Yeah. And created more. I've always believed in source, in universe, and I was always a bit nervous to use the word God because people were so like offended. Well, because there's religion tied to that. And then what I've realized that it's not about religion, it's about relationship with God. And for me, that is what I found through my healing this past year, is that I created a stronger relationship with God. And it's not about religion, but it was that for me. And so that's given me strength. That's given me, like, I feel so much more grounded. I feel like I've got angels all around me. I just feel powerful. It's very, very, very cool. But I've done this since I apologize. I've got a puppy that likes to be very,
yeah.
Anyway, so I've done that since I was little, and you know, it's just been a different journey this year. It's been different therapists or healing people, which I'm super grateful for, because again, just the way I'm feeling right now. And I know that, you know, we're all coming through this. We're going to get through this no matter what. And what I've also allowed myself this whole year is to actually feel the feels. You know, we've heard that saying before: feeling sad, feeling frustrated, feeling angry, feeling all of it, and not trying to escape it. And there was no escaping with my skating stuff. I had to go through all the mud, like getting through the mud and the messiness of it. But I kept telling myself, so language is a lot, is very important. Words, like the words we're using, right? If you keep saying, I'm so tired, I am so tired, you're going to be tired.
Absolutely.
You keep using the words like, you know, I am going to get through this, and I believe that there is something greater for me. Languaging is everything. And that's basically what I've been really focusing on too, is, and even with my daughter right now, we're both going through our own struggles and pain, but I tell her all the time, let's look in the mirror and let's say 3 really nice things about each other or ourselves. And then same thing with, you know, getting through all of this. And it's powerful, because where we place our attention, energy goes, right?
You just have to protect yourself by removing yourself from that thing. Have you learned quite a lot about your boundaries in this process?
Oh, that's a good one. A lot about my boundaries. And I just had to create a really hard boundary recently with a family member, because they're just crossing way too many they're just they're I don't even know how to explain this without giving it away entirely, because it's personal stuff. I don't want to call anybody out, but a family member has been very incredibly hurtful, digging up old past stuff and bringing it up to my certain family members. And I'm just like, why are we going there again? We've already healed all this. We've moved on. And I just feel like some people right now are on a mission to tear others down. And I'm like, I don't want a part of that. So my boundary was like, you know what, you do you over there. But for now, you know, I'll send you love, I'll pray or whatever, but I am not going to be part of this. And some people have go, wow, Jamie, you're harsh, or you're this. And I'm going, am I? Or am I just creating healthy boundaries for myself?
Yeah.
Because that is such a low vibration. I can't even go there again. Like I can, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in judgment and fear and criticism and jealousy. Like, I'm sorry, but that is so 3D. Actually, I'm not sorry.
I love that. I do want Liz to do us a t-shirt as that is so 3D, because that triggers a lot of people that I speak to. That are not. So I enjoy it. Yeah.
Programmed to have all these feelings and yeah, like it's doesn't even feel good. So I created that boundary, and I've created other boundaries this last year too, and it does feel really good. It for me, it's given me, again, power. I'm standing in my truth. This is how I feel. And if you can't be aligned with, you know, what I value and appreciate and love, that's okay.
Yeah.
You go do you over there. And everyone's like, well, family's everything. That was the last thing that was presented to me recently. And I was like, family's everything? I said, my family's been this community of truthers lately, because my personal family, as much as I know they love me, there's been a tremendous amount of pain and hurt that I've experienced from my own family this past year and a half. And so I said to my own mom, I said, Mom, like, I love you. There's my kitty.
I know, so gorgeous.
Yeah, but I said, listen, like, I feel that family isn't only blood. And I know that I chose you guys, and that you're all my blood, and I do love you. I can love you from over here, but I do love you. Oh, no, don't go up there. So
absolutely adorable. Hello, darling.
But it's funny, not funny, that I truly feel that my soul family is showing up in my life right now. And showing themselves. Like I said, we're all walking each other back home. I'm going to be emotional because it's been so beautiful to get that love from complete strangers around the world, and even reconnect with old friends who are on the same path too, right? Or the same belief and values and everything. And I go, family isn't just blood, Mom. You have to realize that. But I think for a lot of people, they again, that 3D thinking is like, that's all I've got, right?
Yeah.
That's all I've got. And yeah,
And when we all realize, we can't have it both ways. We can't sort of say we create what's in our reality, but not that. When enough of us, and this is what I see happening, when enough of us really do realize, really, really at a soul level, realize that we do create our own reality. Here comes the flash, or whatever you want to call it, because that to me is the real great awakening, because we are such untapped potential, and all we need is just to tap into that potential and really believe it. As the great spiritual teachers say, you've got to feel it, and then it will come. You can't wait to see it for it to then happen.
I've always when I was coaching, I said to people will go, what was your secret to success? And I said, I could 5 sensorize it. And meaning I used all senses to see myself being on top of the podium. You don't just sit there and go, I hope I get there one day. Hope is a beggar.
Yeah.
You know what? People say even right now, there's hope. You know what? I'm not going to criticize the word, but I prefer the word faith, having faith in something. So 5 sensorizing it is literally being able to, like, feel it, see it, smell it, all the senses. And so when I visualized myself going to the Olympics one day, I would literally stop visualizing and open my eyes, and I would have tears coming down my face because I had that feeling inside my body of what it was going to feel like when I won.
Yeah.
And had the great skate. And it wasn't about winning. I mean, I know everyone goes, of course, it's all about the gold medal, but no, it was about accomplishing a lifelong dream and being there and having that like aha moment of like, I did it. Yeah. I did it. And as most know, we didn't get the gold the first night. We were a part of a controversy. 6 days later, we were awarded a gold medal with the Russians, but it wasn't even about that. It was like, I can't believe that we did it. Like, we did it. And so even right now, we've heard this from so many people we're following. It's so important to visualize what you want this to be. Because if we all just sit here and go, I hope it's soon, and I hope, you know what? You're still attracting the fear, because there's still, to me, a little bit of fear thinking in that, right? What are you wanting for your future? What do you want this to look like? Do you want a community of love and abundance and all these beautiful things? Start visualizing that. And it doesn't take long. It can take 1 minute of your day. Literally just close your eyes. Even speaking it is important. Yeah, getting it on paper is also really important, of what your vision of this new world you want it to look like is, but speak it. I walk around and people are like, well, I hope you're right. And I go, no, I believe that this is where we're going, because that's what I want this to look like. And I'll just say, like, guys, no, it's not, we're not going to go down this road, and this isn't going to happen. This is what I believe. And people are still going, wow, you really think that? I'm like, well, that's what I want to believe.
Absolutely. And why live in a miserable place? And quite frankly, you did achieve it, and you did prove that works for you, and you proved that you have the ability to do that. So it's like when people see a new healing modality or a new whatever it might be, once you've seen one person that's got what you healed, or one person that's won the 4-minute mile, once it becomes a reality, then that shifts in people's mindsets. And I think that's what's so important at the time now, is to see just how good everything around you can be when you shift into that, looking for the good, looking for the positive, looking to take proactive action. We're not sitting about there and letting someone else do it for you. We're talking about all of us doing it for ourselves, whilst appreciating we've all got a unique role in this.